And we are live. I am Mr. Brad Chester. That hand over there is Mr. Brandon Valley, otherwise known as Stillfrosty Gaming. And he's supposed to build Kroot, but he's got a stupid face and he's trying to finish a goddamn project. So if you give Brandon a project, he will prioritize that over my happiness.
Good. We should all prioritize ourselves over Brad's happiness.
That is literally heresy. And it's upsetting to me that you would ever say something like that. So I'm putting up a poll today because I need to know, hold on, should Brandon be full screen today?
So I don't think I should be full screen today because you want to talk army lists, and that requires you showing Battle Scribe and talking about new models that are coming out.
You know what I'm super annoyed at right now? Why is there not orc previews?
Because Tau is 100% coming out before Orcs.
There is no chance that you take that back. You don't put that
evil 100%.
On me. You don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
100%. I give the Tau will go up for pre-order by like March, the second week of March.
You know what? I'm about to media source you. Hold on. I'm gonna get my no. There we go. There. Bad Brandon. No. Orcs are coming out.
They will be coming out, but they're not coming out before Tau. Tau is 100% coming out.
There's no chance. The roadmap says Dark Angels.
Yes, because
Orcs.
Games Workshop is known for following the roadmaps.
You're a bad person, and you should go to church and get confession for being a bad person to get your sins. You should go talk to the Emperor on the Golden Throne.
Yeah, because I think the Orc Codex and the Dark Angel Codex are all delayed, and I bet you that Kroot box set comes out before both.
My wife hates it when I always say, well, would this make Brad happy? Kiara, you also don't put that evil on me. They haven't even put the DA Codex up for it. What is happening? I had like outside chance that I was going to play Orcs new Codex, and a couple of the tournaments I was going to, just went down to North Carolina. I thought maybe I could play it there. Super outside chance I could play it at LVO. And now there isn't even one iota of a reveal for it. It's not coming out.
Well, there was a Black Library reveal, so you could buy one of the Black Library characters for your Orc army that's coming and is delayed.
Great question. He goes, with everyone hunting Catans, I'm thinking about shying away from 2 to 3 Catan lists. What do you think? I think 2 Catans is the most you're going to want to play right now. They don't take the objectives very well. Don't get me wrong, they're very, very good. But the thing is now that we have the ignore modifiers, now it just ignores the half damage and stuff. Like, people are just going to those, and they're doing a lot of looking for, can I have this in my army? And without that, you can really have people just deleting the shit out of some of those Catans.
A real question, how common is that? I know people keep talking about it, but there's only like 2 or 3 characters that have that ability.
Trajan has it. The sisters have the strat for it. Morty, of course, has the aura for it. I was just talking about this. There's a decent enough of people that have it to make it legit.
And what's the strat for sisters? I don't even know.
Oh, they just have the strat that they can use to ignore modifiers. So, and you're gonna see a ton. But yeah, it's crazy for me that Talon Masters and Command Squad, they're like the 2 favorite things in DA. Talon Masters and Command Squads are just gone, apparently.
You know what the best part about it is? People have started releasing...
Silent King has it. I actually think the Silent King is too expensive, but his rules are bonkers. Now that with that, he can be played in both Court and Crypt, Hypercrypt. And I think he's not bad.
So what if, Brad, what if they delayed the the Dark Angels book because they want to bring back Command Squads?
That would be awesome. Chat our $5 super chat. Pure Harlequins, are they worth even trying to make competitive? I don't know. The problem is their damage output is still like pure is just still, you just don't have a whole. For me, they've always been, and I lie because I played Harlequins multiple times now, but I can't play Harlequins how I want to play them. I want to play them with mad troops and stuff, and the troops just bounce off shit.
Are they even battle line?
Yeah, well, let me make sure. Am I full of shit yet? Actually, that may be a huge lie. I don't think Harlequins are Harlequins. Let's look. Let's look.
You might not even physically be able to do it, just because if they're not battle line, you're just not getting enough units.
Well, it's Eldar, you know what I mean? So you're still making that. Let's do clowns. Let's look at the app. I haven't tried to make this in a while. Unbound Conviction and Ironstorm. I have to look at that one. Somebody just asked me that. No. Other data sheets. What are they called? Oh, clowns. Troops. No, troops are just other. You can only take 3. It's just that their damage is so shit, and when you're playing pure, that means you're effectively locked down into void weavers, runners, bikes, and troops, and the troops bounce off shit, which really bugs me. Because they had I had a great time playing Harlequins over the last year. When I was in 9th, because I played him in multiple team events. And I played them in.
You even dressed up as a Harlequin.
I was gonna say I did for the team events. I actually dressed up like a Harlequin. So I don't know, to be honest with you. It depends on how competitive you want to be. To be honest with you, you could win. You could definitely win positive with just the fact that they're super fast, but they have real issues with just damage dealing. They have to have, like they used to have the lethal hits and the devastator, the mortals in the charge and mortals in 6s. They just had so many ways to do damage, and now they're just gonna bounce off shit. They have to make the true. I have to make the true master your warlord. Yeah, I forgot about that. I don't know if I could spam. I could spam Star Weavers, Void Weaver troop. I'm gonna make this list now. Give me a second. Give me a moment. Do. Scott,
why don't you like pull it up on and show everybody what you're working on?
Fine. If you're gonna be like that, I could do it on Battle Scribe. Fine. If you're gonna try to make me make sense, I don't really like your tone.
You're just trying to, make content and just not show anybody.
I mean, I don't really like your tone, Brandon. It's very hostile. It's aggressive. And I don't like where we're going with this.
That sounds like a personal problem.
I mean, there's so many of them. I mean, good job. Let's go. We got to make. We're definitely taking the Jester, Troop Master, Warlord. Boom. Why does it not change them to thing? No, whatever. Let me fix this so you can actually see this. Hold, please. Not PowerPoint. Roster editor. Bam. Let's adjust this a little bit. Rank. Should I pull it out to here? Rank. There we go. Look at that. That's perfect.
That's perfect. I'm proud of you for not failing at technology today.
I don't like you. Again, I don't really like this tone. There's a lot of hostility that I'm having to deal with today, guys. I mean, who the hell is this dude? Who are you?
Somebody's got to keep you in check.
Oh, I've totally messed this up. Whoopsie. There-ish. I almost had this working, everybody, and then
then you did it.
And then I did. There we go. Now it looks better. All right. Back to the hotel. Let's make this work. Okay. You have the Troop Master. The Dark Eldar things have not changed because none of their stuff really affects. All right, what do I want here? First off, we're gonna go vehicles. I want Void Weaver, Void Weaver, Void Weaver. I want a Death Jester with Fate's Messenger because he's bonkersville with it. Troop Master. Do I want to have anything special? We'll come back to him. Troop Master. I mean, he does have good abilities. Do you know what I mean? Because you can just literally use, the favor for 6. It's nice. He does give him devastating wounds. You know what I mean? Which is pretty tasty.
Yeah, but in order to maximize that, you need to jump out of a falcon, right?
No, it's just when he charges, right? No.
No, but what I'm saying, 4 rerolls to wound.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's just enough attacks because the falcon only holds 6 bros. So it's a 5-man squad in hand. Is that worth it?
Probably not.
It doesn't seem. Make sure you have your Orc Hub browser tab closed when you're messing with changing screens, Brad. I love it. I thought this is a safe space from Brandon's toxic hobbyist aggressiveness. All right, let's get some transports in here. Star Weaver, Star Weaver, Star Weaver. Brandon, you wanted me to try to slip in a Falcon here?
I'm just wondering where all the points are coming from. You just don't. There's not that many Harlequin units.
Well, yeah. Then it just becomes a craft world army. He wants to make it pure Harlequins.
Even if you max the squad sizes, I don't know. How did the points work out?
Well, let me put in troops first. All right. Let's get some troops. Let's begin now. Beep. Troops.
Like, do the Star Weavers have the special rule where you could take a big squad and split a Harlequin squad up in half?
No. No special rules. You know what their special rules are? YOLO swaggins. You can backflip into it.
Man, that's a pretty cool rule, though.
But it's just like, are these guys hitting hard enough? I mean, I'm definitely I'm triple troop mastering it for sure. You know what I mean? Probably should make every single one my warlord. So, but it's just that the damage output is trash. It's just making me pissed off. Because the troops can only get, how many fusions can I take here? Because I want to max my fusions.
What do all the haywire weapons do now?
No, they don't.
They just don't exist.
No, I mean they're there, but they're just meh. Like Harlequin's blade is just like laughably terrible.
Because they used to put out a lot of devastating wounds.
Yeah. How many special? This is. Who needs special rules? Hold on. How many? I gotta look at my goddamn thing. What are my war gear options? Any number of models can get a Harlequin special weapon. Yep. And how many people can get fusion? I can get 2 dudes with fusion and 2 dudes with neuros. And what does it replace? My pistol? Luckily, this is like wildly annoying to build. So a 5-man troop can have all special weapons. I mean, why would I not take special weapons? Doesn't even make any sense to me. These guys are dead to me. Because the Harlequin special weapon is still only strength 4, correct? Yes. Strength 4, AP 1. It's a choppa. But a shittier choppa. So it's not as good strength. So I've got 75-point squad. 2 questions. Hit me with these 2 questions. I mean, this makes me mad. It does, though. Can't here we go in a transport. Even though you should be able to, that is a terrible ruling. Open top transports should be able to use character rules and do strats on them because they're technically on the board. Gretchen should be able to farm CP all day long on turn 1 because they do control the objective, and that's all they have to be able to do. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to. Somebody asked me that today. Or sorry, at the tournament. Oh. I mean, I could go max. Go 5-man troops inside these Star Weavers. I mean, do you just take like 1,000,000 Star Weavers?
But couldn't you only have 3?
No, because they're dedicated transports.
Okay.
But like they're shooting cannons. Like nobody cares. You know what I mean? They're also AP1.
So you're always going to have your 3-up save.
Or a 2-up save if you're shooting somebody and they just pop armor of contempt or have cover, which they're going to. You're not doing any damage. And if I take 10-man squads, yeah, I could take Skyweavers. Because the Star Bullets are actually good, to be honest with you. They made them AP2, so they're D3 shots, strength 7, AP2, 2 damage. I would probably just take more of these, to be honest with you.
How many bikes can you have now?
I could have 3 units of 4 if I really wanted to. They're just big. You know what I mean? You could either take cannons. I mean, you could take haywire cannons on these, which is anti-vehicle devastating wounds. At this point in time, you have to take haywire cannons on them. The Zephyr Glaive's better in combat, but the Star Bulls are better shooting. I don't know if I care, to be honest with you. I mean, 1820 is 3 Star Weavers, 3 Void Weavers, a Falcon, 3 units of 4-man bikes. Here's 3 units of troops. I'll put in an actual 4th one, make it 1895. 3 troop masters and a Death Jester. I mean, this army kind of sucks, but I could play it. It just doesn't have enough damage for what it's doing. I mean, Zoobs, the problem is that he wants to
Run a peer detachment.
Yeah, at the team tournament, they ruled it differently 2 different times at the team tournament, by the way. They ruled it yes and they ruled it no. So like they eventually, I think they said yes was the actual rule. But he wanted to play he wanted to play pure Harlequins. And I think if you slam down a Falcon, are you cool with the Falcon? I mean, it's not a real Yunari vehicle. Also, everybody can get in. There's no weird things about who can get in this bitch, can it? Yeah, it's Eldar infantry. Yep. So you put 1 with a troop master in, the Falcon, and then you run 3 Void Weavers, 3 Star Weavers. I mean, you could just run triple Falcon. So you can have devastating wounds, which is not even that many attacks.
How many attacks is it?
I'm just looking. It's just, I mean, at that point in time, you don't. If you're trying to just max your devastating wounds, you just take Harlequin's blades instead of special weapons because they have 5 attacks instead of 4. So you'd have 5 apiece if you just ran everybody with them. So a 5-man squad and then the troop master. You got 25 attacks. You're +1 to wound, but you don't care because you're trying to farm for 6s. I mean, that's just not that many devs. I mean, it's not a terrible amount of devs, but it's...
Is this one of those lists that it would probably be better if it's just Dark Eldar?
Yeah, I mean, this would just be better Dark Eldar. Like, Dark Eldar does everything that the Harlequins want to do better right now. Oh, Johnny, I'm, like, wildly hate how the Wog plays right now. Just make it your command phase. It's so stupid. Yeah, this is literally making me sad. This is actually not a bad list. It's just not a great list. This is 4 troops, 3 units of 4 Skyweavers, 3 Void Weavers, 1 Falcon, 3 Star Weavers, 3 troop masters and a death jester is 1895, and it just feels fairly underwhelming.
Should play that tournament, Brad. I think you can win with it.
No. I don't dig this, though. This also doesn't feel like great Harlequins. You gotta figure the best unit they're doing is like 25. You go full rerolls, even if you hit every time. You're doing 4 with then rerolls, 7. You're doing like 8 devs. I mean, that's a good number. But that's also your jam turn. So, I don't know about this.
And that's just the one unit in the Falcon. Like, what's the?
I mean,
What are the?
I could change. I could literally go to 3 Falcons. You know what I mean?
Like, if your goal is to maximize devastating wounds, I almost feel like you need the Falcons.
Well, you'd have to do 3 Falcons at that point in time. So I'd have to drop either Star Weavers or I'm not dropping Void Weavers because you just need damage. You know what I mean? Prismatic Cannons are still good. Take Prismatics. No, Prismatics are Haywire, but I definitely want the Haywire on the Pikes. I had Avatar Yinkarn. No, because he said he wanted to be pure Harlequins, to be honest with you. Does it beat pure Sisters of Silence? We know that nothing can beat pure Sisters of Silence. That army is OP. But I could go 3 Falcons, take out some Weavers. Kyle, I know you went over yesterday, but without data, what do you expect to be in the mix for the top of the meta outside of Necrons? Do any armies sneak up with CSM and Eldar getting worse? Hey, Sindri. I still think that CSM and Eldar are just going to be good. I think they're going to be top 5 armies. I still think that Death Guard is like wildly underrated. Well, it's just whether I put in the if I just go straight Falcon on the transport action. I actually have to make the points work now. We're 15 over. I could go 442. Add with 490 to super chat. I like it. Like and subscribe, everyone. Please help us out. Helps the channel out a ton. The best army to play when the only things you want to roll are 1s and 2s. Play Custodes. Reroll. They hit on 2s, reroll 1s. It'll work. This army just kind of sucks.
That's quitter talk, Brad.
I still think I can make this work though. I mean, I'm popping out of the Falcons. I'm doing 8 devs. But the problem is
8 seems generous.
No, I mean that's if I hit wound. That's if I hit every time. Because if I do 25 hits and with full rerolls coming out of the Falcon, you get 4. You actually get less than 8, but I round it up.
Are you rolling those Tom Ogden dice?
Yeah, I'm just gonna talk to him. Come on, dice, you gotta help me out. But going back to I'll go back to Kyle's question. What's at the top there? There's a huge middle right now, which is awesome because I think that's where it should be. But there's nothing that shows me that CSM's not going to be just super good moving forward. So I still think they're up there. Eldar are just going to be Eldar until someone shows me that Eldar are not rocking. I'm just not considering them. I just made that list and immediately they were amazing. I just went with, you can run double Avatar if you want, but you can just run like a sick amount of stuff. You know what I mean? The list I made yesterday for the deal with it just still felt amazing. I was running double Spectre, double Spider, double Hawk, triple Warwalker. It just has so much shit.
I mean, your units that are considered trash are like the best trash in any army. So
yeah, they also move fast. They all have the ability to move outside of the phase and stuff like that. It's just crazy. Now the Custodes are good. Would Brad consider running them even though they're not cheap? Not really. Custodes aren't my jam. I really like running a lot of trash. They don't really have enough trash. The other thing that is, custodes are one of the armies that super doesn't play like the fluff, and you're never going to get that because a single custode can just like put the beats on like squadrons of people in the fluff. The lore just has them just literally crunking people, unless of course the clowns come to town and then you guys are ruined. but the But with the top, I'm bouncing all over the place. What do you think's in the top right now? What was your first go-to? Like if you were making Team Brandon, we got a scrim. We're gonna scrimmage X4. We're gonna scrimmage Tundra Tactics. We're trying to scrimmage everybody. To be honest with you, it's fun and it helps. But if you were making Team Crusher Brandon, and you had a specialist for every single faction in the game, including Sisters of Silence, what would you bring?
How many people?
5.
5?
Yeah, we'll just make it the top 5 best armies.
I mean, it sure appears to me on first glance that Eldar and Chaos Space Marines are perfectly fine. Like, they didn't go up in points that much. Orcs still seem pretty reasonable. I could be like, how many points did you lose, Brad? Like 100?
95. And
Yeah.
I kind of just swapped. I did swap. My new list I'm going to try is going to have Gaskell in it just because I want some extra AP and I want the lethal hits because I think Custodes are going to be around. But I also think Grey Knights are going to pop around a little bit more. And just 2-up armor is just a son of a bitch for Orcs right now with our AP.
So I feel like you still have Eldar Chaos Space Marines as your base, Necrons as a defender. I was really impressed with Death Guard and how Kyle did this weekend.
I think they're wildly underrated. You know what? We're going back to the fire pot for just a second, then I might make another list.
And I think the 5th list, I think, is your wild card. It's just whatever you think is interesting and anti-meta.
That is true, Kenneth. We can talk about how can we talk about how Typhus is 80 points? Holy shit! The dude also shits out mortals. It's pretty crazy. That dude's a baller. When I played at Glass City, and Minnick dropped 6 and 6 on me back to back, 2 turns in a row. I was just like running in the avatar away from Typhus. Oh, please don't kill me. What?
Yeah, I don't think our team would have changed much. Like, I think we probably could have ran the same 5 armies and still been just as successful, if not more successful.
Yeah, that is true. He can also do mortals and actions. Nuts. Exactly. The 2 guys that literally just walked around. All the Black Templar characters got nerfed. Meanwhile, Typhus over here just minding his business. The 2 people that like literally just went wildly under the radar were Fugan and Typhus. Those guys were out to eat, getting some lunch, while everybody else is getting nerfed. They're like, "Oh man, that would be terrible if something happened to us."
Well, even the Wayleaper, isn't the Wayleaper like the same amount of points as he was, and he's still steal? Oh, here's a free command point, and you can't target me.
Well, so the funny thing is that they also did the Incarn. Like, all right, the Incarn can only bounce 1 time, and it's only on your turn. And I was just like, no one cares. Like, yes, it makes it so that your opponent's shooting phase is easier because they can just have bad target priority now and not worry about it. But you know what really sucks? When the Eldar player kills something and the Incarn pokeballs into the backfield of your army and just starts murdering shit. You're like, hey man, this still sucks a lot.
Yeah, so what exactly is the nerf? You can't teleport in your opponent's turn?
He can only teleport once, so he can't bounce around all the time, which is what he used to. He can't teleport in your opponent's turn, and he can only do it once a turn. Why are Autarchs seeing play over Wayleapers? I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't really understand that, because I would just take Sears and the Wayleaper every time. Wayleaper's a lone op, and he's giving me that CP.
And he has wings and a melt-a-gun. And...
Yeah, he's also got 6 attacks. The guy's smacks. He's got a fusion gun, and he's got a bunch of attacks that are actually fairly decent. So I mean, the Outdoors aren't bad, period, but like Lone Op is just such a stonks ability. It's just crazy. And because he's Lone Op, you can just give if you take a Farseer, you can just give him the Phoenix Gem to make sure he gets back up.
So speaking of that, why? So you keep sending me these tau lists, right? Why are we just ignoring the pretty strong lone operative options in the tau book?
Because they're not that strong. I have nothing wrong with Ghost Kills, but they're just
Yeah,
okay.
but you have Shadow Sun.
What is the point, though? What does Shadow Sun do? Again, the Shadow Sun literally wants to be better. There's an aura of reroll ones. I'm never going to have her in a spot where she can reroll ones if she's benefiting from her Lone Op, really. And her gun is pointless. She's literally armed with a t-shirt launcher and a bubble maker. So I just, not terrible. She's just not optimum. And the problem is when you're looking at armies like that, especially armies that are expensive, it's hard to put somebody in that I don't think's giving me max value.
She also gets command points back on a 5+ for units that are around her.
The fastball still exists, and boy, how am I a fan of pitching a 99-mile-per-hour yin card fastball. I mean, it's like literally the thing that everybody hates happening to them is the thing they can still do. You're like, I can't move around on my opponent's turn. I kind of don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I can't steal an objective from you like I could. Yes. Is the Incarn slightly worse? Yes. Is it still going to show up in your backfield and soccer toss things? Like, there's nothing better than killing a land raider and then having the Incarn show up and have a talking to the aggressors inside. You're like, hey, I heard you had a armor save of 3. Be a shame if I had an AP4 weapon here.
Yeah.
I'm renaming my Incarn Kevin Costner. You know why? You know why? For the love of the game. Exactly. Tell you the truth, Tetris filled the role the Shadow Sun would have. 100%, right? I mean, it's not even close. It's just Shadow Sun just doesn't fit in an army. It just doesn't do anything. Like, you can always make an argument for Farsight because he actually gives you a little bit of punchy punch, you know, and he's still got some mojo guns. She just
Farsight did nuke 4 brigands this past weekend. It was amazing.
stonks. If you have 20k points of Eldar but no Shadow Specters, what is your placement in your Eldar fastball list? Shadow Specters aren't really good because of the move and scoot. I mean, you can still do the same. You run triple Warp Spiders and run some Hawks. It does the same shit. Warwalkers are still amazing, by the way. It's so bonkers to me that multiple combinations didn't get taken, and that's how strong Eldar was. Like, Fugan and a unit of Fire Dragons coming out of Falcon effectively have full rerolls because they're rerolling all the wounds. They're rerolling ones if you're shooting the thing you should be shooting, and they have melt of 6 and melt of 4 between the fire pikes. It's just like that's a nuts unit. Warwalkers still double bright lances with a reroll to hit and a reroll to wound, and T7 4-up invul -1 to wound. It's so good. Been toying with new Death Guard list. I think that Morty might not make the final cut, even with his Ori's just expensive liability. Anything that's big can just be a bummer when people just deuce him out.
What's his profile looking like nowadays?
He's still a badass. I mean, he's got his Fin of Pain and everything, but he's just it's just another one of those. It's hard with big models because I find that with a lot of the big models, they either wildly overperform and just demolish, or somebody hits you with a couple of brain lances, you fail your saves, and you're instant dead. But he is good. Been playing with solo rapid ingress Farsight to charge tank shock, battlefield shock. I've been impressed with it. He's cheap and he does damage, man. Like, he can throw down. You're like, hey, he can only do the melee once the aim or whatever, but like, are you ever doing melee more than once with Farsight?
Sometimes. Or he just gets relegated and dies.
Oh, for the Fire Dragon thing? Yeah, but like, Fugan's still doing Fugan shit. You know what I mean? So like you're hitting angles with it. I'm just saying it's like, is it the end all be all? No. Is it like something that 80% of the other armies would love to have? Hell yes. I mean, or the thing is you can make a shoot your army with Morty and just have him plug away because he does have the aura of that. So I actually like that guard quite a bit. I'm a big fan of multiple of their units. I mean, Plague Marines are just bonkers town. 10 by Plague Marine with 4 heavy plague weapons, all the trash shots, and then lethal hits. And then you've got the strat for, if you're on an objective, double exploding 6s. Yeah, I mean, that's just crazy time. And you explode on 5s because you're Nurgle. That does like wacky damage. And they're what, $180 for a unit of 10? 10 million.
But Brad, you could take 10 assault intercessors for 150 points now.
Oh my god, those guys are stupid.
So what tournament you going to next?
What am I going to? At the end of the month, I'm going to Blake's place in Arkansas, the Melee Shiloh. I just want the Orc book to come out.
I don't think they're coming out till next month, maybe.
I want to run snake bites. I want to literally get all of my big beast snagger bros stuff out and beat it up. Oh, hey, I got the package behind me. I received my knobs after we arrived on day 2 in the mail.
Are they finished?
I haven't even opened them. They're still just in the package.
They've disappointed you.
They've disappointed me for the last time. I don't know. I want to change I kind of want to run Gaz. Like I said, just because he's infantry, I would only run him with 2 mega knobs just so he has like a blade of wounds, basically. So it's Gaz and like 60 points of idiots. Is that the updated list? Where did you put it? I gotta find it. Hold on. I gotta figure out where this list is. I do like the fact that it's called I'm a Plague Pickle. So let's see what Kyle Trea's new mojo is. Triple Putrefier. Death Guard, Sorcerer, and Terminator armor. That dude is like so wildly good. Wait, just because he can make you -1 damage, and it's triple Foul Blight Spawn for fights first. Typhus because he's 80 points. 1, 2, 3 units of Plague Marines. 3 Rhinos, 2 Cultists, 1 Death Shroud, 2 Death Shroud, 3-man units, 2 units of Nurglings, and Kyle's crutch, the War Dog Bring It. He loves those guys.
I don't know. After looking at his games, they were alive every single turn.
I like when he just blew up the Rhinos in turn 1. Uh-oh. A rival videocast featuring Canadians and Vanillas has said that every new Dark Eldar build can be defeated by 1 or well-placed anti-infantry unit. Thoughts? What? It's like my Dark Eldar list is literally Archon Drazar Lilith, a unit of witches, 3 units of warriors, 2 units of bikes, 2 units of mandrakes, 2 ravagers, 2 reaver jet bikes, 1 unit of scourges, 3 units of incubi, 4 raiders, and 3 venoms, and 1 unit of anti-infantry. Just take all of that out. I get maybe.
I mean, aggressors are pretty good though.
I mean, that's a badass unit. I mean, they're not as cool when they just get shot in the head by dark lances. You know what's sexy? Jaguars. Yeah, man. Like, they also move fast as shit. You can also come in from reserves. I guess you're just one unit, just sitting in the middle of the board doing Connor McLeod shit. Fight me. Scary makes some like wild lists. Scari's a great player. Scary is a great player that occasionally loses his mind with his list because he's just like, I'm really good. I'll just make this shit work. Their point was is that in a meta designed to deal with Eldar, there's very little changes needed to shut Dark Eldar back out. Kind of, but they don't play like regular Eldar. So like, if you're there's a lot of hand to hand that I just talked about. You know what I mean? That was 4 units of dedicated hand to hand with some other semi hand to hand shit and a billion shooting units. Is the Dark Eldar list the end all be all? No. Is it fully have play into a shit ton of stuff because it's got a bunch of lance shots and it's got just a bonkers amount of rerolls all over the place, and a lot of AP. All of the hand-to-hands AP3 or AP4. So like you're putting everybody on their invuln and they just have a shit ton of shots. Sustain 2 with full rerolls is a real deal when you're shooting the warriors are shooting because it's a 110 point unit just going bonkersville ignoring cover. What's the current take in scepters for 130 for 3? Sean Rice and I were like semi-arguing about this because like I think they're too expensive, but they do play a great role in taking points and stuff like that. So they probably still make a lot of lists. It's just that, man, they went up so much.
So counterpoint to that, is it worth it in Dark Angels where you can have stuff coming in 3 inches away? With I think it's an enhancement.
Well, it's only one thing's going to do that.
Yeah, but how many units are you really throwing away of Inceptors?
Well, having 230 point units of Scepter still just guarantees that you're scoring like any secondary in the game, basically. And you can just steal objectives, which is huge. Court of the Archon plays exactly the same as the Incarn. Yeah, I kind of want to make it work in there. But I wanted to get the bonuses for getting out of vehicles. And I'd have to run a Tantalus if I wanted to put a court and 10 guys and a character in it. So, well, not a character. I wouldn't put a character in there. So, I don't know. To be honest with you, it's hard to figure that one out because of the fact that you still just want a lot of shit. I mean, you can play my Vanguard list just with less shit. It's still good. You know what I mean? Like 6-cent devs and Inceptors and shit still is a real deal. You could run the list as is and just lose 1 unit of Inceptors and just run the same thing I was running before.
I thought you had 2 units of Dev Sense.
Yeah, I do. I'm just saying the 6-man unit just does work. Because that's the unit that Ventress has made Deep Strike. So you just keep picking that up and bouncing it all over the place and just popping the strat for +1 to hit, +1 AP. And they already reroll 1, so you're just inherently rerolling everything. That unit just picks shit up. You can split fire like a madman with it. It's like super gross. Especially since they cleared up everything and you can just come back on bottom of 1. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's just something that your opponent just has to deal with. You're like, hey man, looks like you went first. Cool. I'm going to pop these guys up and just drop them and make your life real miserable. No one was ever super excited to see sent devs just to have angles on them, hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. Also, the missiles are blasts, so you just go D3 shots, then add a lot. I mean, like if you shoot like a 20-man squad or something, you're like, all right, let me shoot 6D3 plus 24 shots. It's fucking nuts. First unit Scepter seems nutty after that point. Well, maybe diminishing returns. Possibly. I don't know, to be honest with you. It's just, it's making the points work on those. And Scepters are still great. It's just, are they worth the points? Nice. Tyler just hopped on priming out 3 monoliths because why not play Necrod Knights? No, you have 3 monoliths because you're a crazy person and you have such a weird giant collection of everything. I love that there's no army Tyler can't play because he just has all of it. Are you or are you not going to Cherokee? What's the date on Cherokee?
It's the last weekend of the month, so it's 3 weekends away.
Yeah, but I'm going, it's not the same time. When's Blake's? I gotta figure this out.
So Cherokee, I believe, is the 23rd and 24th.
All right. So Blake's is the first weekend in March. So I should not book a plane ticket for the week before, which is when I thought it was. And then Cherokee is just the end of the month.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm poor. I'd have to buy another plane ticket for that.
You could drive down, Brad. I believe in you.
And die?
Yeah.
I don't know. Who else is going to Cherokee?
I have the slightest idea.
I think it's just fuck. God, fuck, it's far. If somebody pick me up, that's just like forever. Like, that hurts my soul even thinking about that. It's like when Tom and
But Brad, we could go to Shoney's. You want to go to Shoney's again?
I do kind of want to go to Shoney's, man. That place was great. That sucked so much. Brad's already lining those dominoes up to be sick for Adepticon.
Cherokee's the 23rd through the 25th, so it's the last weekend of the month. I wasn't planning on going to Cherokee, but
I could fly down to you. Blake that I met at LVO said I could stay at his place. He would grab me. That's a real thing. I did like that tournament quite a lot. Where's the place we went to a couple like real chill places that I really enjoyed. I don't know. I like Cherokee.
well, it's in the middle of nowhere. It's in the mountains.
I mean, the day where we thought we were gonna die in the mountains kind of sucked a little bit. When the fog came in, you're just like, "Hey, I hope you can."
I hope you don't get car sick because I'm taking this at full speed.
Yeah, we were making Tron turns as you're like, "Oh, looks like we have to take a 90-degree turn here or fly off a mountain."
I mean, that's just how the Smokies are, Brad. I don't know what to tell you.
After 4 test games, I think Custody Guard, Infantry Spam is a trap. Probably. You want one, Alaris are the coolest dudes in the universe. Be doing ACO. When's ACO? There's a lot of tournaments.
Well, I haven't had it. I haven't really planned anything. I think I'm going to Adepticon. That's about it.
You
I don't have anything else coordinated.
You don't want to go to Cherokee?
Eh.
Do they have a place? Oh, that already. You had me at dollar drinks. The weekend of Cherokee, we got a GT in Wisconsin at a VFW, so drinks are like $1.
That sounds way better.
By the way, tournaments held at VFW halls are fantastic because the VFW people are amazing. Seriously, like they're always super cool about us having tournaments there. And their drink prices and their food prices are like bonkers. Like you think that they messed up. You get your tab and you're like, there's no way this is my actual tab. I'm like,
well, I mean, Eloise managed to get like, where was that VW hall? Was it
is the one we went to the? Did
yeah,
you go?
where Eloise and I went. And she got everybody drunk for like $20.
Yes, we went to multiple. Did you go to Gary Franks, the Armed Forces Invitational?
Yeah, just the 1 year. And then it was going to happen again, but it was pushed back, and we didn't go.
There, Kyle fixed it. He didn't refer to Sean as his actual name, which is Sean Dice with Rice.
Is he though? He won
Nice.
a ticket. He won a ticket to go, but
I don't know. I just want to go to the ones. This weekend was really nice. I know I've been giving it props already, but like having cheap food and cheap drinks that were really good was like really fun. You know what I mean? It was nice to not have $1 billion bar tab for one. So
hey, Brad, you didn't have $1 billion bar tab because people were paying for you.
well, that happens at some point. I still have $1 billion. Vegas literally killed my entire bank account. And I didn't even have any craziest, super expensive nights. It was just like every time you get a drink and something, it's like $50. You know what I mean? It's like it felt like I was getting pickpocketed every time I went anywhere.
So the event this past weekend was they were reasonably priced. I wouldn't say it was cheap. I wouldn't say it was expensive. It was reasonably priced. It was what you would expect at like a TGI Fridays or something.
Which is
It's
still better than getting
yeah, it's
like when the guy grabs me and just puts my shirt over my head and beats my head in. That's what I feel like a lot of times when I go to tournaments. It's
the
crazy.
the problem with Cherokee is because it's at the Hera, like they have a strict outside food and drink policy, and everything's really expensive. Like a bottle of water is like $6 last year. And I just thought that's absolutely insane. And like all the food, like we went to several places in the casino. They were all overpriced. They were all overcrowded, and the food was meh at best. Like the best food we had all weekend was the Mexican place we went to on Thursday.
Oh, I like that place a lot though.
And like we could have just ate there. But like all the restaurants in the Cherokee area close at like 8 o'clock, nine
There's no
o'clock.
way that you're not giving props to that Mexican restaurant. You guys ordered drinks. I ordered my, I don't even know what the hell I ordered. Probably wine, but I should know what I got. I got a
Sangria.
no. I got sangria. I got sangria, and I don't even remember what you guys ordered, but they came in like a mop bucket. They were so big.
I do enjoy me some margaritas.
I mean, they were huge.
Yeah, got a large margarita for like $8.
That thing was gigantic. You could have swam in that. That thing was big. What's everybody's favorite tournament?
I really like Adepticon. Even though it is pricey, I could go to Adepticon, walk in, and never leave without having a drink in my hand
Yes.
for all weekend.
Adepticon has the best lobby because we hang out there all the time. It's got that fire pit and enough space for everybody to chill. Like randomly people bring out the guitars in the middle of the night. I do appreciate Adepticon's hangout lobby style. Tyler, best thing about a week drinking in a room and running up a 15K bar tab is handing the company credit card. No, they only have 40K. Adepticon's always fun. I've actually like had way more fun at Adepticon now that I don't play the singles. Because I just have more time to do hanging out. Nova or ATC, both are dope. Yeah.
I like ATC for the team event, but ATC as an event to hang out with is not that fun. The best part about ATC is when Brad and I get a cabin and we're just like hanging out at the cabin. It's not the event itself.
I don't remember anything about last year's event except for the cabin. We had such a wildly good time. We also had a cabin with like 20 people in it.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. We played yard games. We had a volleyball net. We had a basketball. And we played the weirdest games ever. What, man, I wish Corey was here. What the hell was that game where we were throwing the blocks?
It was like some Viking game or something.
That was awesome. Plus we had like 4 tables or 5 tables.
Yeah, we all came in Wednesday night and ATC started Friday, so we had all Thursday to play. So like I brought down a couple boxes of terrain and we played probably 10 games over the course of
easy.
And it was just a good time. Like we cooked burgers, we played games, we were drinking, it was Michael Irvin's birthday, so he was drunk on moonshine and passed out in the corner.
Exactly. I love fucking Rhinoceros Rex. I'm clipping that. The best part of ATC is when Brad and I get a cabin. Oh yeah.
We got to keep it romantic. We've known each other for a while.
Riley, you definitely need to head up to Adepticon. It's a good time. They have so much other shit going on too. Like they have like hobby things going on like everywhere. If I could paint anything, I would go to a couple of them. they were cool.
Well, the hobby classes sell out instantaneously.
But there's so many of them. It's like nuts. They're all over the place too.
Yeah. You know, Brad, this year at Adepticon, they're having an influencer meetup on Wednesday. Are you going to the influencer meetup so you can meet all your friends?
The last time Kramer took me to that, it was not great. Oh, important question. What's your must-have for Super Bowl munchies and who's winning? Chiefs are going to win because Kelsey is uncoverable because he's got Swifty magic powering him, and he just seems to be wide open like all the time. I don't even understand it. And what's my go-to anything? I'm pretty cool about anything, to be honest with you. What's my go-to though? Like I've been give me a charcuterie board. I'm pinkies up on that one. But I like cheese and anything. Cheese crackers is bomb.com. If I ate exactly like I would, I'd
Oh,
be
what year is it?
Depth count is about the drinking. Yes, it is. Buffalo wing dip. You can't go wrong with chicken wings and stuff.
Not that I care about the Super Bowl at all, and I've never watched it my entire life. Um, I'll be at a wedding that night.
What?
Yes.
Somebody has a wedding on a Sunday.
Yes.
On Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes.
I'm assuming that their hall rate was a $1. They just went. They like, yeah, sure, you can have it. None of the employees are showing up. Like you have to work everything yourself.
Like, I mean, I can't speak for the prices or anything, so I have no idea. But the wedding is on Super Bowl Sunday. Like, I don't even know when the Super Bowl is running, but.
Yeah. Speaking of Taylor Swift, how can I stop the deep state from making me lose all my 40K games? I got an Inceptor question. When the convo leads that way again, appreciate the plasma overcharge being AP3 with 3 damage. Is there something else that can fit into that sort of role? That's the problem, is that for the delivery mechanism and the automatic delivery mechanism, the Inceptors are heads and toes above everything else in the Marine Codex. So it's tough to leave them, even though they're expensive, even though I don't know if they're worth it at the same time for the points, but it is difficult to get somebody else to do their battlefield role. I will be making some stuff in that vein, to be honest with you.
The problem with Space Marines is they have like 125 units, but they're all boring now.
I mean, you can, 100%. If you work there, you know how like awful like the service is going to be. They're just going to be watching the Super Bowl in the back while everything's going on. Hey man, no one has been served. Yeah, it's Super Bowl Sunday.
Well, I think they do catering, so I don't even think there's going to be like, I don't know.
It's Super Bowl Sunday. Rubble's chips and onion dip. Onion dip's delicious. Oh, you know what I do love? The spinach dip with dark bread, like especially if it comes in the middle of the bread bowl type thing. I love that shit. I crush that. No. The stat guys who seem really down on the singles meta, they seem to think it's worse now than before the data slate. Why? Literally why? I think we have more armies that are viable now than we had before.
Because World Eaters? I don't know.
They're still viable. They just went down a step. They don't have the same consistency. But like, it's not like they're terrible. Carmona, Jesus. But no. People are just too negative, man. Like, I know I'm a GW shill about stuff, but man, just really, I feel like we're fine. And even with the old meta, I just went to a tournament and thinking about the new meta, it feels like there's more things that are viable. Fucking Zoobs. The stat check guys are more negative than I am. That's why I like them. The data slate was a clear upgrade. It wasn't as big of an upgrade as the last data slate, but it was still good. Oh, make me watch me make an artichoke dick instead of a sourdough bread bowl. Yeah, all those seem. I'm so hungry right now. By the way, all of these seem like amazing. I just want something. Pretty excited about the new models Brandon is playing with. I can see that. I actually really liked your list over the weekend, dude. I mean, I had a hand in it, so of course I'm gonna like it a little bit. But like, I just think that there's multiple lists out there. Like, we're not getting crushed by one army, and multiple things can win tournaments. We see that every single week, and I think we're gonna need to see it even more. I don't understand why they would be bummed about that. It's just there's more shit. You can like win with basically every army in the game right now. Like, isn't that the whole point? Is to win or lose based on skill and some YOLO YOLO Swaggins dice. It's just, yeah, they just play, have a good time. I mean, fuck, drink wine and move toys. I mean, what are you doing?
Eloise, I thought there's an audit today.
He made a big crisis suit something site. Did you see it? No, I did not. But that is the best plug for Stillfrosty Gaming. Brandon, show us the goddamn crisis suit something site immediately.
She must be in the Riptide. Hold on.
Evan, they're bummed because Drakari lose to one anti-infantry unit.
I don't know how this is going to appear on camera.
I actually agree with that, Tyler. I think Knights would be more viable. They brought in Knight attending units for scoring. They also like are really cool in the fluff. They have like the Knights literally have like entire families of people that like literally work like serfdom that do shit for them. That would drive me nuts. The reptile. All right, hold on. You're getting full screen mojo for this. Give me a second.
All right.
Hold steady. I gotta make this work again. Nothing to
I
see
believe in
here.
you. I believe in you. You can do it, Brad.
Bam. There. You know what? That's what you're getting right there.
Yeah.
Oh, what is the chains? This guy had a biker gang?
Yeah.
I kind of dig him. Can you flip him over?
Yeah. I forgot that you have the cameras oriented differently than I do. There you go.
That guy's sick. What are you gonna? What colors are you getting painted?
Oh, he's going to match my crisis suits and everything. I just wanted to do some basic colors on him. I was building him last week instead of working on these bases.
I like the chains. I also like that the kroot are just chained into everything that you have. Like safety mechanism, chains.
You know what I also started painting because it's a similar color scheme? I started painting Santa Claus from when I built him on stream. And then we got some Kroot Fire Warriors coming. Got that.
I like this too. Did you put the shoulder again? Put him like super close to the camera. I want to see the shoulder pads. How they look.
Like
No.
on the actual.
No,
Which model?
On the breachers.
Well, this is a Fire Warrior.
Oh, whatever. Same thing. He's got the same armor.
Yeah. So I gave him these. I built probably in 2007, and I've just never got around to painting them. But this is the Cadian torso. And you have a Tau Fire Warrior shoulder pad. You have the Catachin backpack from the old plastic kit. And then this is just a normal Kroot shoulder pad.
He's the Kroot's name, Sigourney Weaver.
I mean, maybe.
I like everything about this. Well, after I was talking about snacks, I'm really hungry, so I want to eat.
What are you going to go eat? You should put it to a poll.
I mean, I'm pretty boring with stuff. I'm either going to make the chicken. I'm going to make chicken and rice, or I'm going to make chicken and something. So, I do have cabbage rolls. I did buy them from the meat store this morning. Maybe I'll cook those up. Britt hates them, like with a passion of 1,000 suns, like a lot.
I have not read the Kazakh book.
They do have Kroot action.
I'm so ready for that new box to come out. You guys don't even know. I'm going to be slingshotting Kroot at Adepticon because they're going to come out before Orcs.
They are not coming out for Orcs. You know what? We're ending on that. No brand. I'm going back to that. No bad.
100%. They're 100% coming out before Orcs. There had to have been a delay. Just like our FAQ last week.
Carmona, you got to bring those Havocs, bro. Nurgle Havocs rocking it out. Those guys are bonkers town. Chaos is like so good right now. It's they got some nerfs, and you're like, yeah, whatever, man. They're still crushing.
Yeah, Chaos Space Marines and Eldar are all fine.
Yeah.
Like they're still probably the best 2 books.
Exactly, Kyle. CSM is dead. Everyone on the internet said so. Whatever. It's like they're so gross. They're like, oh no, we lost Chosen. I'm like, we didn't even bring Chosen this weekend, and it run every game by 1,000,000. You know what I mean? It's just they're so good.
Yeah, because I won, best general there, right? Because he went undefeated, had the highest score.
Yeah, he put up 1 billion points. You know what I mean? It was crazy. You know what I mean? That army is just nuts. It was the Don carrying everything on his back. Hey man, you know what's good? Full rerolls. Fantastic. I heard if you roll all your dice multiple times, you'll just get whatever you want. Seems good.
I'm not worried about it. I still think the top 3 armies are still Necrons, Eldar, and Chaos Space Marines.
Probably, to be honest with you.
I think Marines have gotten a massive downgrade compared to the 3 of those.
I don't know if it's massive. I mean, you might be still right that they got more nerfs.
Well, you even said yourself, like, what unit fulfills the Inceptor's role? Nothing.
No.
They're just very one-dimensional. It's like, oh man, these Infernus Marines are now 80 points, I think. I'm like, cool. Like, you're still not taking them. Like, they're bad.
All of the things. All right. Let's Queens wave our way out of here, my man.
All right. Catch you guys later. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you like and subscribe because Brad never talks about that.
That's because that guy's an idiot. And we are